I'm here in Israel, but our adventure to get here was just that. It was an adventure. So any trip, especially one as long as ours, has its ups and downs, and ours definitely had a couple, including our start at Atlanta. This was not what we were expecting.
So we've arrived in Atlanta, and apparently there is some sort of security situation, and our trams are all out of service. This is quite interesting. We want to get some food, but yeah.
So apparently what happened is around the time we landed, or just after, some guy had come through security with a gun in his bag, a loaded gun. And when security found the gun, he then went to grab his gun, accidentally fired it, grabbed it, and took off out of the airport. In the meantime, they shut down chunks of the airport, which is why we had to walk. Made the news, didn't affect us at all, but it still was quite a start to the trip.
Okay, so there is a plane driving under the ground, it looks like. Look, it's only the top of the plane. It swallowed it up. What was that noise?
That was a hiccup.
Sure it was.
But from there, it was then 8 hours on to Amsterdam and the airport there, where we had about 10 hours to explore inside because we couldn't get out.
So, do you want some McDo? 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 Something like that. There's a lot to see here. Alright, so lunch at the classic McDonald's. Side salads with wood forks. Not plastic, wood.
Receiving the planet.
And then, yeah, a couple other small little changes. This is the regular drink. That's the biggest you get. But yes, otherwise looks pretty normal.
There is a ton to see and do in this airport. It is a full mall. I mean, all sorts of stores and shopping and all sorts of other stuff like these.
And you got the House of Tulips. It's not the House of Holbein. And lots of cheese. But yeah, it's neat. I mean, it's a big old long walking mall. And one thing they do have, they actually have a mini hotel with showers here inside on the other side of security. Starts off at about $60 US, but it is there.
Your attention, please. For your own safety and that of everybody else at the airport, we ask you kindly to keep your distance. You are required to wear a face mask. Thank you for that.
So one of the really cool things here is they actually have an art museum in the airport. It's not a real big display, but there's several really neat pieces here. And you see, it kind of winds around. Gives you a number of things to look at. Nice little diversion while you're here at the airport. It's interesting that these two pictures are supposed to be showing biblical scenes. This would be Salome with the head of John the Baptist, and Judith with the head of Holofernes. Let's just say that in those biblical times, they didn't dress that way. These are from, let's see, the 1400s and the 1800s. Yeah, not even remotely close to what it would have actually looked like. All sorts of stuff in here. You got big old fancy chairs. We've actually got a piano lounge over here. Now these padded chairs, the pink and the yellow, anybody can sit there. But yes, just come listen to a piano. But very comfortable seating all over like that. they have a library over here. So we're going to go poke at that, as well as the tulips. So if you want a taste of Amsterdam art, the Netherlands, yes, Rembrandt, and lots of books about the local art, and my wife is going to really enjoy this. I think I know where my wife's going to be for a little bit. Also here at the library, coloring sheets for the kids. And there's even colored pencils down there. Of course, I'm sure there's some adults that do this as well. So just some more of the things here. Perfumes, cosmetics. And again, this is just in between sections of the terminal. And yeah, whole big, huge mall area. So, really neat. Lounge 2, whatever that means. But all sorts of stuff to see and do in here. Yeah, if you get lost, they even have a big old map to help you figure out where everything is, because there's a lot here. A lot here. So we'll look at some of the stuff they have here in the shops. You've got cheeses, the chocolates, which reminds me, I do need to pick up some chocolates for our flight crew on the way out. And just all sorts of Dutch yummies.
And of course, this being our one time in Amsterdam, our one time in Holland, we had to get some souvenirs, and they definitely had souvenir shops. So I had to think of others, like for my daughter, we got her a nice little keychain. There it goes with the clogs. We actually had somebody on our airplane wearing real wood shoes. That was quite interesting. My son got himself a little windmill magnet. For my wife in her classroom, she actually got this, which just absolutely screams Holland. I mean, literally, it's right there. So, but really cute. So that's going to go into her classroom. And then I picked up a couple magnets. I got the fancy one. Ooh. And then I got one that looks a little bit more traditional with the windmill on it. And of course, I got my own clogs. Now, what's really cool with these is the pattern that they use on them is called Delft Blue. And I'm probably saying that wrong. If you're one of my viewers from Holland, I'm sorry. But what's really cool with this is the pattern where it's from, Delft, is actually where my ancestors are from. So I had to get that. So, but we had a lot of fun. Survived the trip. Got here actually in pretty good shape. And we're out exploring. So can't wait to share some of that with you in future videos. So keep watching. You never know when one's going to pop up, and there's going to be a lot coming. Thanks so much for joining me. Thanks so much for my patrons for helping make this trip possible. Thanks to my computer fan over here making noise in the background. And thank you so incredibly much for watching. God bless. So I'm here in Israel, but our adventure to the... Okay, finish up.